This is some video analysis taken on February 1st, 2018 at McKenzie Stadium with approximately 50 different runners, and we were trying to highlight foot strike and hip placement, and the video was shown to the kids 2 days later at the next practice so they could see what they look like on camera, or actually when they're on the track, when they're being recorded. The workout was 15 200s with about 1 minute rest, and all in all, they did pretty well. The workout was a little faster than I'd probably do in the future, but what we were trying to highlight is foot strike when fatigued. And so we talked a lot about using a trigger word or more of a trigger feeling. So when they're feeling slouched or when they're feeling like they're hitting on their heels, they probably are. So how to use that feeling or sense of fatigue as a trigger to stand a little taller, and land more appropriately, which would be on the ball of their foot, taking off a little bit of the front of their stride. So we talk a lot about where their hips should be placed. We talk about, well, first and foremost, we start at the ground. So we talk about where a person's foot should be striking the ground, which is on their forefoot or flat to forefoot. And then when they're landing, where are their hips? So if they're landing and their hips are behind their foot placement, which usually they are, we talked about hip height and trying to get more of a foot placement beneath the hips to keep us from oscillating too high and too low. We really want a 0-point vertical oscillation, which is difficult to do. So we try to look at the background, and using the background, we see some lines there in the stands or the fence line there, and we can analyze what the hips are doing, how high and low they're going, and that can tell us a little bit about how much time you're spending on the ground. And I always say that the longer you spend on the ground, the slower you are. So we want to try to keep that to a minimum. All in all, I think kids did pretty well.